It's only me on the Zoom today. Let me know if you can see me. I also turned on the camera. Should be streaming on YouTube. And we're also going to start recording it very soon. Camera's good. Okay, perfect. Amazing. Sweet. Okay, 11. Let's just start. I'm going to start recording the Zoom. So we're going to have, wait, record on this computer. Okay, awesome. Just so we can also have, if, stream goes off or you want to record, we're going to talk about a few things today. I have a bunch of questions from everyone. So we're going to check everything out. Okay, everyone, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining this special live session. About 2 years ago, we started doing every Sunday. Let me start from the beginning. I used to have a school here in Los Angeles called Beat Lab Academy. I ran it for 7 years. It was amazing. During the pandemic, we had to close down because it was just a crazy 2 years. We were open, close, open, close. If you remember in the beginning of the pandemic, every month there was a different thing from the authorities. So I took kind of a forced sabbatical year after I closed the school. And then at the end of Beat Lab Academy, because we were home, weren't at school, the school was closed, we will start doing these Sundays study group sessions for students just to kind of catch up and ask questions and do all those things. So after a year of a forced sabbatical where I had to just do nothing, I kind of posted some music online and stuff, came back to doing some online things as sidebrain because it used to be just Beat Lab Academy that I used to do all the stuff for. We started doing the Sunday sessions again, and it started kind of picking up. So I started doing them regularly, and it's been 2 years, and this is our 100th session. So you can go on the website sidebrain.net if anyone willing to share the link in the chat. And you can check all the past sessions there. Today also ends the summer sale, if anyone wants to check out those past sessions, where we talk about everything from different styles of music, different topics of Ableton, general music production skills, all the way to even live visuals and stuff like that. So today is a very special kind of session. Thank you guys, I appreciate it in the chat. By the way, I'm gonna go a bit slower today because the chat might be delayed like 15-20 seconds. So please ask questions, whatever you want. We have some questions that were submitted already. We're gonna go over them, but any questions in the chat as well, just you might have to give it 15-20 seconds for me to actually see it, okay? So I really appreciate everyone in the community, everyone who supports, who just joined the sessions, just watch my stuff online. It's really a huge blessing to be able to do this from home as a single dad, be flexible with my time and still do what I love, which is music, technology, and music education. So shout out to everyone who's been involved and part of this for the last 2 years. I want to give a special shout out to one student, Nisi, who was here, I think, for every session since the beginning. So I don't know if Nisi is here, but shout out. Oh, Nisi, I see her. So shout out to Nisi because I don't think she missed any session, which is absolutely amazing. So appreciate everyone who is part of this community. We have a Discord. If anyone willing to share the Discord in the chat, what's up, Red Rod? In the chat, so people can join our community as well. It's very active. Just you can share tracks there for feedback, but of course, we share all the new free plugins, the stuff that I released, the next sessions, all those things, and we also have a newsletter. Aaron, what's up, Aaron? So awesome to see everyone. Thank you so much for this 100th session and hopefully 100 more. There's a lot more styles because we also have in the Discord a channel called Topic Suggestion. And there's a lot there that we haven't covered yet. I saw questions about R&B. It's coming. Dancehall. We're going to have one. We also saw that left field bass music like EPROM, G. Jones, all those. Also, absolutely, I love that styles. So there's a tech house. We got the. So all these things are coming, of course. We're also going to continue doing classics generally about Ableton stuff, just general Ableton things. By the way, guys, can you see my Ableton? Hopefully, yes. I don't actually know if you see my Ableton. You don't see my face. Let me share Ableton here. Okay, sweet. So now you should be able, in a second, to also see Ableton. So a lot more coming. Hopefully, 100 more, and forever. So thank you, everyone, again. Today, we're going to do just a special session talking about a bunch of questions that were submitted. We also have a lot of giveaways, including some physical giveaways, like this custom controller, Super Nintendo, that also will gonna come with Max for Live. About 10 or 20 people already have this because we did special events at the Ableton offices in Pasadena. So if you already have this, we'll get you a different price. There's also this Nintendo 64 controller, although it's in its black version. You're gonna get the black version. All of these, of course, will come with Max for Live devices and Ableton projects that you can already start playing with them. But of course, the idea is so you have a controller that you can use to control or play your own music. Okay, and we have a bunch of other exclusive Max for Live things and some templates, some stuff. We'll do all the giveaways. Let's first answer some questions that were submitted. And please, again, if you have questions, please ask them in the chat on YouTube. I'm watching it on a different screen, but you might have to give it like 20 seconds because there's a delay between my Zoom stream to YouTube. Okay, so please feel free to ask any questions. The physical prizes, by the way, I might have to limit them to America, the continent. I just want to see like what's the deal with all the shipping if you live somewhere far away from LA. But hopefully we can get it to you if you're the winner. I have everyone's names, at least the ones who submitted right here. So later we'll do the giveaways, and there's a lot of giveaways. So there's a high chance you're going to win something, okay? I also made, and this is super silly, I gotta say, it's almost idiotic. But if you want, I made a visualizer. I don't know if anyone knows, but at the MIDI monitor, we have this MIDI monitor built in Ableton, and we used to have, I don't think it's here anymore, but we used to have this hidden MIDI visualizer, which would just kind of do kind of these explosions when you play MIDI. I don't know why we don't have it anymore. I made a MIDI visualizer right here. If anyone wants, I'll give it for free for all the participants here. Okay, but it's kind of like a visualizer here. You can change the modes. It's whatever. It's just visualizing. I'll share it maybe in the email for everyone after today's session. Let me know if it's something you're even gonna use. But it's just visualizing. It's nothing too crazy. Sweet. There's also a very exciting sequencer that I'm done with. I'm about to release it for the push. It's also going to be for other controllers, like the Move and other ones. I'll show you later. I'm super excited about it. It's like a whole new type of sequencer. New old, because it's based on an old sequencer from the Monome, from this controller called Flynn. So now it's available for the push plus a bunch of other. It's super cool. I'll show you a bit later. Okay, and I think that's mostly it for the intro. We're gonna have a bunch of Max for Live exclusive giveaways, as well as preset packs and templates. Okay, so we'll check it, and maybe some classes from the vault if anyone's interested. Aaron, yes, Flynn, exactly. So we're gonna have Flynn for push. Which I'll show you a tiny bit later. This is almost, Aaron, actually, you might be a great person to beta test it, but it's basically done. I'll show you later. You load it, then I can start sequencing, you see? Okay, so I'll show you later. It's done. I'm so excited about this. Aaron, if you want, I can send it to you to test. The Barna Rider, how to join the giveaway. So there was, in the newsletter, there was a submission form. Later, if you remind me later, I'll just add you, okay? I'll just add you to the wheel of names. Okay. Sweet. What's up, Raziz? Good to see you. Okay, guys, let's first of all start with questions. I'm gonna have to switch here on my iPad to the Google Sheet. We're into questions submitted with the submission form for all the giveaways. So I'm just gonna go over a few of them. Oh, it tells me my internet connection is unstable. I hope it's back to being stable. I don't know what's up. I have the fastest internet, freaking AT&T fiber, and it's giving me issues recently. Might be my router. I'll have to talk to them. But let me start answering. I'm not gonna see your chat for a second, so I'm gonna answer some questions. And again, this session is recorded, so even if we miss a bit, it's okay. Okay, let's go over a few questions. I'll jump back and forth between the YouTube chat and the questions, the submission questions that were submitted in the form. First of all, best way to build an online presence. 2 years ago, I had 3,000 followers on Instagram. Today, I'm on 28,000. A lot of my I'm going to talk about other platforms as well, but a lot of my flow of new people, customers, and stuff that come to my websites and all is from Instagram, but I do post on all platforms. The only thing I can recommend for online presence is to be consistent. That's number one, meaning like for me, for example, I post Instagram reel every week, like just a different tip. And wait, what's going on? Yeah, and no issues on our side. Okay, Nisi, good to know. So I post an Instagram reel every week, and I try to post stories every day of whatever. Just be consistent, number one. But I would not ignore any social platform. There's no social platform that should be ignored. And to the point where I post, of course, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, more longer forms videos. And as much as you have more online presence, by the way, companies will want to work with you. I don't personally love doing sponsored videos unless they pay really good, except for Ableton. I do a lot of sponsored Ableton, meaning Ableton pay me to do videos for my YouTube channel, which is amazing. And usually if you see videos, you know they have a section in the video that's like, this video is sponsored by, and then for a minute they talk about the product. Ableton don't want that. Ableton just tell me, you have like legally for the YouTube terms, I have to say this is sponsored by Ableton. But if you see some of my videos, I just say huge thanks to Ableton for sponsoring this video, and that's it. And it's on my page, and it's on their blog. So Ableton is like one of the best collaborators when it comes to sponsored content. What I'm saying is consistency. Do not ignore any social platform. I'm saying Twitter or X, post on that. Threads, Blue Sky, whatever else you can think of, even Reddit, any forums you might be in, post your content there. And even and I know it might sound funny, but even Snapchat, because I have a friend who works at Snapchat, they now have a feed like TikTok, like Instagram Reels. Also, I start posting there. So everywhere you can, post it. Of course, Discord, I post on the Ableton Discord. Obviously, for me personally, I'm not really a musician. I'm more of a music educator. So my content have an educational value. But if you're a musician and you want to increase your online presence, obviously it's just a matter of kind of bringing attention to your music. So the content might look a tiny bit different than mine. Although that being said, there's a lot of musicians who post kind of like how I made this track and break down their stuff. So consistency, number one. Okay, that's my answer to best way to build online presence. Next question, will there be an R&B class? Absolutely. There's probably going to be a few R&B classes. Wait, let me check the YouTube chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. There's probably going to be a bunch of R&B classes because there's so many different subgenres and styles, you know, of R&B. The old school, the trap R&B, the Afro beats, modern R&B, and all those things. Amazing. Okay, wait, let me go back. Where do other creators find their inspiration? When do you get hit with that feeling? That's a great question. I used to, back in the day when online radio just came out, online curated radio, I think the original one was Pandora, where you can actually choose a song, give it a song or album or artist you like, and it gives you similar songs. So a lot for me today is on Spotify radio. I find a song like, I radio, find more songs. Also, at 5-6 years now, TikTok is amazing to find new artists. I found so many artists I would never get to through TikTok. So for me personally, inspiration is just to get enough input for whatever art form, because a lot of art forms can inspire us musicians, creators. It doesn't have to be only music, but definitely one of the most inspiring sources is music. So inspiration, yes, can come from anywhere, but if you're feeling uninspired, it's as simple as just go listen to more music. That's all. Our creation, our art is an outlet, an expressive outlet of whatever we want to express. And consuming art is the inlet. So you have to let stuff in order for you to be able to let stuff out. So if you feel uninspired, if you get stuck, number one, just go to listen to new music. Doesn't mean new music 2025. It can be a hymn from the 1800, but new to you. Okay, new music to you is extremely important. There was also a research about people stop listening to new music after the age of 30 or something. They're listening to stuff, you know, that they know from a younger age. And for us, we can't afford to do that. You cannot listen to the same music over and over as musicians. You have to listen to new stuff all the time. And it's exciting. It's exciting. My kid asked me yesterday when we drove the car, why my playlist always keep changing in my car? Because I just enjoy all types of music. It's like one thing, it's like Arabic music, and then it's techno, and then it's R&B, and then whatever. It's all music. If it's good music, it's good music. And we have to keep our inspiration high by listening to new music, okay? Very important. Okay, someone asked, is it possible to convert pre-existing MIDI info data that any of the Ableton sequences could translate? I'm not sure what that question is. If you did ask it, please elaborate in the YouTube chat. I will come back to the YouTube chat in just a few moments. Any tips for recording from a modular synth? That's a great question. I would say just the most important thing, of course, is good preamps. You do need, if you have a modular synth, some sort of just kind of like a audio interface, something to allow you to output audio into your audio interface, or already have an audio interface that can go directly into your computer. There's a few modules that do that. I personally, although I love modular synth so much, it's so much fun, I don't have a modular synth. I cannot afford the financial rabbit hole that is the modular world. But that being said, I have a lot of students that I taught that have crazy modular setups. I'm very familiar with the world. I know most of the modules. I'm very handy with. I can find my way around modular synths, and it's always like a thought every time now and then. Oh, should I get like a small one? But I'm not allowing myself to get there. But again, recording a modular synth, I would say, is mostly getting good preamps so they're clean and not too loud or too noisy, because you can get a lot of noise from all that circuitry that the signal goes through in the modular synths until it comes out. It can be quite noisy, so good preamps go a long way. That being said, Ableton can also sequence the modular synth, but again, you need or an interface, like a MIDI interface, just with USB module, or some MIDI to CV module, so you can just connect, or a DC coupled audio interface, which allows you to also output CV. Even the push 3 can be CV out, so you can control. So it's a matter of just recording, just good preamps, an audio interface, modular audio interface, or if you want to also control, you want a DC control, some control. Wait, guys, I'll go back to the YouTube questions in just a second, okay? Let me continue here with the questions that were submitted. Ableton plus Touch Designer, audio reactive visuals. Okay, we're not going to go into Touch Designer right now. We might do a dedicated class just on that. Touch Designer is insane. It's crazy. It's absolutely amazing. You can download the free version, Touch Designer, that you can just experiment and use without releasing stuff commercially. I think the commercial version costs quite a lot, but it's probably one of the most powerful softwares, if not the, for live visuals, live reactive visuals, 3D mapping, real-time AI drawing, like diffusion, stable diffusion. absolutely insane stuff. You can connect Ableton and Touch Designer quite easily today to have it control with audio reactive or with MIDI, OSC, whatever you want to control it with, open sound control. But that being said, I am going to, maybe that should be one of the giveaways today. I don't remember which class I gave this away. I am going to show, I have a template for Max for Live that I'm going to make a whole YouTube video about. This template allows you to download ISF shaders. So there is a thing called ISF shaders. Oh, ISF shaders. Can we download? Here we go. And these are a lot of visualizers. Some of them are effects for video and images. Some of them are just generators to allow you to generate all sorts of visuals with controls. So you can take these and turn them into Max for Live devices. So I made a template. Let me close this. I'll explain all of this in a video. But what it allows you to do, and I did, you see a bunch of them here, is to take let's say this one. This ISF shaders. So this is one I downloaded from that website I just showed you. From this website, you can download a lot of, like endless. Not endless, but a lot of them. And then you can very easily map these controls to these faders. And it's not only faders. There's a lot of other, you have, not this. Oh, whoops. Let's try cloudy shapes. Oh, these also are just faders. But there's other ones, you see, with this even, and menus. There's also like tab. You see? So all of these, and then once you have them, because we have controls over the visuals, different aspects of the visualizers, it's very easy to control them or with MIDI or with audio. So if anyone download any visualizers from maxforlive.com, or once I release this tutorial, I'll probably offer most of this all of these for free. So you can just download them, or you can create your own, but downloading other ones and just making your own. And of course, there's also commercial packs for Ableton Live that allows for live visuals like Ebo Suite. Let me also turn on my cursor thingy. Ebo Suite, this one, or Video Sync, both amazing professional live visuals packs for Ableton Live. So you can turn this, let's see how to turn it first of all with MIDI. And this can work with any visualizer. So here's some MIDI. So let's say I want to trigger maybe one of these. Let's go under modulators. Let's do expression control. Right? So let's fold this. So I can expression control. I have all this MIDI information that I can change. Let's say velocity. I'm going to take velocity and map this to whatever, the zoom. And let's do modulate. Right? So the stronger I hit the note, the more zoomed in it's going to be. Let's say I actually cancel that. What happened here? This got messed up. Let's load this again. Okay, so velocity, let's do velocity here on the twist. Right? What if I want to do also some kind of, when I play the notes, so maybe every time I play a note on, let's take a shaper MIDI. So there's many ways of doing this with MIDI. Let's do something like this. And we'll map this to this. Let's map it to another thing. Maybe tunnel. Okay, so this you can do with MIDI, many ways of mapping it to MIDI, but we can also do it to audio. So maybe I'll take an envelope follower, right? And this reacts to my audio. And then this I can map to anything I want. What's this? Where's the rotate? No, twist, tunnel. Here we go. Whoa, look at that. All of these visualizers are very, there's so many variations, so many. Okay, and there's other really cool ones that you can check. So live visuals you can also do for free in Side Ableton, although Visual Designer is a much next level type thing. Here's a cloud. You can also do a bunch of cool stuff with the cloud. Okay, and there's endless other ISF shaders. I'll release a video very soon. I just gotta finish a few things for Ableton and for other some other sponsored videos I have to finish first, but this is coming. Okay, so that's live visuals. We're not gonna go into Touch Designer today, but maybe we'll do a dedicated class about that. But it's very easy to connect. Not easy, but there's a few steps and you can connect Ableton and Touch Designer. Let me go back to YouTube just to make sure I'm not missing anything. What's happening here? Wait, I have to scroll up. What social media tool do you recommend that will send posts to all platforms? Nisi, that's a good question. I don't use, I just do it myself. I gotta say, I'm on my phone all the time. And that's like my, part of my work. For posting, responding to people, responding to comments. That's part of the work. I'm sure there's platforms that I'm not using it can make things more efficient. What is the best way to explode a drum rack and keep the sound and automation? We'll come back to this. Actually, let me just quickly say, I wouldn't, what's the reason? I want to know, to explode a drum rack. Because yes, we have, if I right now have some stuff here, right, some notes, I can expand it right here from the session view. You won't see it in the arrangement. Expand the actual drum rack, that's because it's a nested drum rack, and then I can right click on each chain and extract chain, or select multiple ones and extract chains. That will take all of them to a new track with their own drum rack, including, they didn't have any notes, but if they had any notes, also a new MIDI clip with whatever notes they had there. I don't know which one has notes on it. No. Okay, so, but my question is why? Because a drum rack is already separated, already here. These are different tracks. They're called chains, but they're different tracks. On each one of these, I can put whatever effects I want. I can group them together. I can send them to a return chain. I can group inside, like, I don't understand why you would want to explode. Maybe there's reasons, but you can extract chains. But also, you gotta maybe start thinking about drum racks as each one of these pads, it's his own track. I can group this inside an instrument track and layer it and do everything that I can think of that I can do on a track, I can do inside one pad of a drum rack. I can load a drum rack inside a drum rack. So it's quite, and you can make a whole collection of 10 albums with one drum rack. And 10 albums, it's understatement. Okay, you can make a whole music career with one drum rack. So you can explode them by extracting chains. You might have to go one by one. Although, you know what? That might be a good Max for Live device idea. I wonder if this is visible to the API, where it just automatically go and extract all the chains one by one. But again, you don't need it. Sorry guys, let me see the YouTube chat again. Hi, when you change the frequency oscillator, how do you know if the sound is still in key with your song? Oh, well, give me more elaborate on that questions. Elaboration. I don't know which one you're talking about. Which synth? What's oscillate? Is it an oscillator? Is it an LFO? What? That was me, Steve. I wanted to be able to use MIDI that I have already created and convert it to use inside Ableton sequencers, rhythmic specs, or okay. That's a good question. So you're talking about you already have a MIDI clip with some MIDI, and then you want to use a sequencer here, like the rhythmic steps, and you want to bring in that MIDI. So unfortunately here, there's not really a way to do that because there's not really a way to trigger these sequencers in real time with MIDI. Like these are all sequencer that you have to program with your mouse or with the push. No, we can't even send MIDI to the push in this. So in this specific sequencer, no. this sequencer also know you can only transpose. Oh, you can step record. Oh, so with this sequencer, if I play this clip and then I step record, here we go, you see? So this you can. You have to go to MIDI and step record, then go to the next step. No. Also this, and I can automate this. This will be tricky as well. You might have, it might be easier to just do it with a MIDI keyboard. You can't really do it. In step up, you can because it's just an arpeggiator. This reacts to incoming MIDI. Those two are programmable sequencers, so you can't, but that's a great question. The normal workflow is opposite. Yeah, okay, yeah. Touch Designer, yeah, Touch Designer is crazy. Thank you, man. Is that your face? Thank you, is that your face? Yeah, Touch Designer is crazy. 100 stream. Juan, what's up? Juan, I saw your message and I did want some help moderating, but I didn't, I couldn't find where you send the message in. But thank you for offering, Juan. Thank you for all your help always. The Geodome. Yeah, I've used that to download shaders for video sync. Touch Designer looks crazy though. Didn't know they offered a free version. Yeah, I think it's like a free version that you can use commercially, but they do. You can go on the Touch Designer website and download. And the shaders that I just showed you, I did mention those two commercial ones, Video Sync and Able Suite, and they have their own ISF shaders loaders that can also be mixed with all the video effects and mixing and all those things. So you already have it built in those two packages that are absolutely amazing. This is just a way to do it for free for people who don't have those packages. But if you're looking for live visuals from inside Ableton Live, those two are absolutely amazing. Video Sync and Able Suite. Highly recommend them. Visable for Max for Live is a free version. Yes, did it get updated recently? I don't know, because it used to be great, kind of the same category of this modular suite of plugins that you can connect in all sorts of ways, but I think it wasn't updated in a long time. Tony, yeah, Touch Designer is crazy. But expect steep learning curve. It's kind of like Max for Live, or Max almost, where it's a visual programming language where you have different modules and you can connect them with wires. It's kind of like that. It's a visual programming for visuals, for live visuals. Ocean Radio Station, yes. You can make visuals in Ableton. And if you go on maxforlive.com, search for live visuals, you're also going to find a bunch of free Max for Live devices there for live visuals. Try Buffer, Ocean Radio Station, to repost over many platforms. We'll try that. Buffer. We'll see. Hootsuite, yeah, I remember here in Hootsuite. Exploding helps sometimes when you want to mix or add effects and see them easily. Yes, but again, unless you're using maybe even, I wonder if the show, if I go under here, mixer controls, why I can't see it? Did I remove it? Damn it, did I remove it? Because there is a way to see view. Okay, device slots. I don't know why it went. Did I change the text option text? But you have that option text option where you can show device slots. I think you can also see them here. So once again, you can extract chains, but drum racks are also very powerful in that sense. Okay, guys, before I go back to YouTube, let me go back to the posted sheets, to the posted questions, submitted questions. What is the best way to extract MIDI from an audio file today? So besides, of course, our convert, because these are not the best, there is some DAWs. There is DAW RIP X, I think, or DAW X RIP, I think it's called, which is, from my experience, was really great. Is that what it's called? RIP X DAW. So this one for converting audio to MIDI is really great. From my experience, I tested it out and it gave amazing results. So that might be, even Melodyne, if I'm not mistaken, can do that very nicely. Sweet. How to organize within session while performing and with programming music and live instruments combined. What Ableton session setup or general mindset advices do you have for playing live? Okay, I'll keep it short. The most important thing when playing live in the session view, And that being said, a lot of shows are also in the arrangement view because you can create locators for each song. And then there's plugins, even free plugins. I recently posted on the Max for Live Discord channel, or on our Discord channel, but on the Max for Live kind of like sub channel, this free Max for Live plugin that allows you to make a playlist in the arrangement view by jumping automatically between locators. So a lot of people perform here. If you perform in the session, which I prefer, I would keep it as simple as possible and as focused as possible on your performance. Meaning, you need to decide what you're doing on stage. Am I singing? Am I finger drumming? And am I playing the effects? Am I playing an instrument? How do I play the instrument? With my hand, with my feet? That's your number one goal to focus on. Everything else, no one cares. No one cares if you have your song separated into stems if you're going to launch all the stems together anyway. Unless you're doing live remixing. If you want to now just decide, hey, I want the drums from the next song with this song. I want the bass line from the last song with this song because it's the same key. Okay, separate. But you don't need to separate. For example, your live set can be as simple as all my beats and then my live instrument, that, or my vocals. Okay, that can be as simple as that. Now, maybe I need another one from all my live MIDI instruments, right? I'm going to have another one for effects, dummy clips, or performance clips, as we start calling them. Whatever you need, but just remember that what happens backstage, meaning if you need to change an instrument between songs, or you need to change effects between songs, automate it with follow actions and clip automations. The audience don't care. See, it doesn't matter what you hit a button unless it reacts with the music. If there's no something, you hit a button and there's no things that's happening to the sound, the audience that's not a live, that's not a performance. There is, I can give an equivalent of DJs. DJs, when, you see them kind of mixing and they do kind of crazy cuts and then like live loop cutting or beat juggling, it's crazy. It's like, wow, dude, it's like playing, it's like, takes a lot of skill. When you see DJs that touch the knob, it's infuriating. You're disrespecting me as an audience by touching the knob. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so again, a lot of respect to all the DJs because it takes skill to do some of the DJs are doing some crazy stuff. But a lot of the DJs you see, it's like, why you fake it? So same thing on stage when you're performing live with controllers. Just focus on what you do. And it can be as simple as playing the effects. But things needs to happen when you touch your instruments. Okay? Well, I'm going to, if I'm a singer, I'm going to just lip sync without, it's okay to lip sync. I'm just saying lip sync like with playback. But I'm just going to move my mouth with no sound coming out, even if it's playback. Like, what's the point? So again, whatever can be automated, whatever a technician back in the day would do for you in the front of the stage or in between songs, automate. Let Ableton do that. Just focus on your instruments, voice, live playing, playing effects, triggering, whatever it is, focus on those. You don't need to launch your chorus if the chorus always come at the same time. Okay? You don't need to end the song. Just all those stuff that needs to happen, they should happen on their own. All the stuff that you, of course, you want to have moments of improvisation that are planned. I would always recommend planned improvisation on stage. Plan them, okay? Improvisation is amazing, but plan the moments when you improvise so it will allow you to give a more solid performance. That's my shtick. I don't know why I got upset all of a sudden, but that's my 2 cents. When it comes to organizing a session for live performance. Keep it as simple as possible. Automate the things that just need to happen. You don't need to do them in real time. And just focus on your performance. What's the best tools in Ableton Live 12 to achieve mastering and radio-ready mix? Well, I would say just luckily today, we do have an amazing competitive limiter, unlike what we had in previous versions of Ableton. The limiter sucked. multiple asses. It was so bad. Now it's great. Just put on maximize, auto release, true peak, mid side, maybe 35-40% link channels. This, and just take this down, is a great starting point for starting to kind of bring your mixes to higher level, but also gluing everything as you start pushing it, and you see gain reduction here because everything is getting pushed into a limiter. I would probably also, depends on the style of music, I would probably also add a hard clipper before it, maybe a tiny bit, pushing it, okay, to even clip it. I would probably do a few stages of hard clipping. Hard clipping, then maybe some multi-band roar. I don't want to go too deep into this, but I already have a preset here, like sidebrain, master roar. I have a free roar preset pack on my Gumroad. Ableton are gonna post it on their Instagram channel on Tuesday, so you're gonna see that as well. But I have, and one of the presets is this mastering roar preset. It's not just that for mastering, you need other things, but this is one of them. So maybe something like this, maybe also boosting some of the, boosting a tiny bit of stereo imaging, automating this with the arrangement, tiny bit to help the arrangement. Maybe some multi-band. I don't know if you need multi-bands, it depends on the song and the mix. But even just that can get you a long, I'll put another one here, can get you a long way of kind of boosting the signal. Of course, the mix, it's all about the mix, but just boosting the signal and getting it and gluing it together because you're starting to maximize into this limiter. Okay, hard clipping can also help a lot to get a lot more volume aggression, but the hard clipping should probably also be on the groups, on your drum group, some hard clipping on everything. Hard clipping, okay. Soft clipping, I wouldn't recommend. Soft clipping we have also in the glue compressor because it can introduce some coloring. Hard clipping, usually it's easier to boost it into the clipper without doing a lot of kind of change, like adding saturation and coloring too much, okay? So that's my 2 cents about that. Let's see what, I'm gonna go back to YouTube just for a second because I don't wanna miss too much on YouTube. Where are we? I guess the reason to explode chains is to remix patterns as they give you separate clips for each lane. True, I can see that, but even here, like if I want to, right, if I need to, I can select just these or a section of these and just do whatever I need to those. I don't, like if I need to transform these, can I recombine? You see? So again, I understand maybe the separation, especially maybe if it's starting to become a bit too crazy. But even here this is my personal opinion, I would keep it on the same clip because it's easier for me to see the relations, especially in drum racks when it comes to rhythm, between all the different elements. So even when you want to explode to start editing them, I can still edit and transform specific notes or group of notes or instruments, pads in the drum rack, and still see the relation between all of them. So even in this specific case, I would not do that. The automation doesn't go with the exact chains if you do automation early. Interesting. Another reason to keep it in the drum rack. In that case, I clone the whole drum rack and use the 0 key. Yeah, that's a great tip, Aaron. Could a Max for Light device be created to do it so you could then utilize the tools of the sequencers on the pre-existing MIDI? That's a good question outside now. I don't think it will, but I'm sure it can. It can. The answer is yes. But the real answer is we'll have to open up this SQ sequencer or whatever it is. We'll have to open this up and build a translator or some sort of a MIDI import file that will allow us to do that. So the answer is yes, but the path there might be a long path, complex. Okay. Okay, you guys answering each other, great. Is there any way who made stream diffusion in Ableton? Oh my God, stream diffusion, guys, it's a way to do, I think you're talking about the one in Touch Designer that is a real-time stable diffusion. So you just draw a shape and it's maybe a prompt and it starts creating in real time and morphing into different visuals. It's absolutely insane, guys. Check out some tutorials. I haven't set it up. I wanted always to set it up on my computer, but I didn't. But that looks insane. Stream diffusion. I think it's for Touch Designer. But all, yeah, they have their own limitation. Exactly. Let me skip ahead. Christopher, multiple assets, yes. You know it, that it really sucks that way. Would be crazy to have some visual effects rack with, say, video sync devices or Touch Design integrated with your live effects template. Oh yeah, that would be great. I can't really release, I don't think I can release them because those are cost money. In my template, I do have those two devices like pitch loop and, but those are free, so I can release them as a template, but that's a great question. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Google sheet. How to organize my instruments in Ableton to avoid friction, how to effectively use macros, what mindset should I have when organizing my tools to work in music production? That's a great question. I would say the mindset here that I would take is the fastest way to get a vibe. So if I am in a new project and I need to, especially if you're working with other people, you need to work fast to get a vibe if you have other people in the room. So what's the fastest way to get a vibe? So that means that I need quick access to loops and sounds. That means that I need to know, and that will take some organization ahead of time. I need to know where are, or if I want to start with loops, like where are these? Okay, where are these? Already loaded it. Right, already kind of full loops or just individual loops or sounds. So meaning I need to have all my synths in one place. You see here, I have them here or in the collection. That's the old one. That's the new one. All the tools that I might need, like this, I reach all the time. And this is probably my most used one. And this is, you see here on the top. So already I have my drums loaded up. This is already saved in a rack. I'm sure some of you already saw this hack, but this hack that shows you so it's already kind of ready to go. And I have my presets as well in the instrument itself, right? And I'm already good. Okay, so synths and loops are the most important things if you're a music producer. If you're a mixer, of course, probably your effects and all. So I would, number one, say, go and organize your sample packs. If you're using Splice and you have that, I don't know if it still exists because I haven't used Splice in a while, but Splice used to be like Splice, the sample pack, the sound, and then you have another folder, and for one sound. That's the worst way to have sample packs organized. You need like full sample packs. That's why I would recommend always download full sample packs so you can just go and very easily go here. Of course, there's also the selector kits, if you guys remember those, that allow you to load a lot of there's ones built in Ableton that you can look at for reference. But this allows us to have drum racks that have a lot of kicks and a lot of snares. And we can switch the sample through here. So that's also very useful. But I gotta say, my plugins folder is horrible. This is horrible. Anything with a long list is really bad. So whenever you can shorten the list or categorize the list or have instruments that you don't even have to use the browser because everything is already loaded in the instrument, do it. For example, one of the best tools, in my opinion, to get quick sounds is Omnisphere. And today also other, of course, Nexus, Serum, but any plugin that have an extensive preset pack. This has, I don't know, more than 10,000 sounds. You can shuffle them. You can choose a sound and choose sound match. It gives you all the similar sounds. This is a great way to find sounds that are useful that you can very quickly start playing and coming up with things. So Omnisphere is great. Serum 2 now has a great built-in library, unlike Serum 1. Nexus, of course, which I don't have, and anything else with good preset library goes a long way, okay, in that manner. Nice. And if you're using clips, of course, also have clips. And in this case, maybe the tags will also help as well if you need to categorize it in genres or key. Okay, so that's kind of, again, very short answer about that organization. How to effectively use macros? Macros takes time. It's kind of like organizing, honestly, but macros takes time. So let me show you, for example. Here, let me show you an example. We go back to the mastering. Here I made myself a mastering rack that is available. Like most Vault workshops give this rack. So this rack, look what happens when I move this one macro. I don't know if you can kind of see what's moving, but we have this moving, this is moving, this is moving, and this is moving. If I go to the macro mapping, we see we have 4 different destinations, and each one is manually adjusted for the range to be as musical as possible. The mindset here is to emulate old studio hardware that is just sounds good whatever you move it to. If I go and load, someone mentioned Baduda filters. This is one of my oldest racks. But if I open this up, you see how many effects are in here? And each one of these macros move a bunch of different ones in different ranges. So I took my time, it takes a second, to map all of these and adjust the minimum and maximum values. You can even customize these values, these ranges in these days, even more than we used to with things like Shaper. So I can take a Shaper, I can go under manual, and I can map this to a macro, and then I can have a custom curve. You see, so it can go down in the beginning and go up. So you can even further customize your macros with the use of shapers. Making your racks or downloading racks is highly recommended because it can also go back to organization, speed up your workflow when it comes to mixing, mastering, finding sounds, live effects, all those things. So macros, yes, just you might have to take your time adjusting the ranges of all of them. Guys, I'm going to go back to YouTube chat. Let's see what's going on. Wait, what did I miss? Steam Diffusion, what's all the CPU and GPU it can get? Yeah, you probably need like a dedicated machine just for that. And probably also something with like NVIDIA GPU or something, like something strong. Maybe a PC just for that, and then a Mac for your Ableton stuff. Dots, wait, is it here? Dots Simulate is here? Is the guy who making Steam Diffusion? That's crazy. I mean, Max for Live, that's a good question. I'll look into that to make a Steam Diffusion version. Splice is still the same. That's crap. Although Splice now have like their plugin that I guess streamline it a bit more. But guys, if you find a cool pack, a cool sound that you like on Splice, you just go Splice. You just go on Splice. Okay, you actually search for the sound. You go sounds. You actually search for the pack, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Let's just click. Let's say I like this. I go to the pack. That's what I would recommend. And you download the entire pack. Okay, don't download just one sound, because then it's gonna create. It's impossible to work like that with the Splice folder. There is like folder, one sound. Really? That's horrible. I can't believe they didn't fix it yet. It's so bad. Download the full packs, my recommendation. How good is Arturia Analog Lab? Oh, Analog Lab is another great example of a plugin that have a lot of presets. I used to not really like Analog Lab because it emulates hard, like vintage synths, but compared to the vintage synths, it sounds like, you know, multiple asses, as we say. But these days, it's a bit better, I would say. It's a bit better than what it used to be. So Analog Lab, definitely you can find a lot of cool sounds here. They're categorized very nicely. Arturia keep releasing new things. So yes, Analog Lab also in that category of just a go-to instrument with a lot of presets to quickly load sounds. How to get how do you get synths on the side without using collections? Okay, good question. This is now a bit, we can use custom categories here in our sequence, in our browser, and kind of customize our browser however we want. First, if I go under library right here, I can click edit and I can hide whatever I want. Okay, you don't have to show anything that you don't want. You can also go right here under plugins, open up the tags, and I'm going to open up the tag editor. Okay. Now I can go and create my own group of tags. This is what I did. I called it favorite. So you click add group, call it blah, blah, whatever. Give it a second. Here it is, a new group. Then I can add tags inside this group. I'm going to call it fav synths. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Here it is. Now I'm going to go to my favorite plugins. It doesn't have to be, it can be whatever plugins you want. Let's say this. And I'm going to add it to this right here, this category. You can also click on it. You don't even have to have the tag editor open. Once you have this group and tag added, you can add it right here in the quick tags. I'm going to add it to fav synths. Yeah. Okay, nice. After you add all of them, I can now go under all, open up the tag, and go under my new category right here, fav synths. Yeah, click on it and hit the plus button. And now it's added to my browser. I can right click, choose a custom icon, and now I have it right here with anything. And this I showed you right now. I'm going to remove this. I showed you right now for a plugin. This can be done for anything. Samples, presets, clips, grooves, tunings, whatever you want, you can add to, for example, I have utilities here. So you see here, I have the tuner, I have plugins, I have max for live devices, I have presets. It's all mixed together into my utilities folder. So you can do this for whatever you need. Here, breaks, I have my breaks folder. Okay, so sequencers, MIDI effects. So you can customize your library however you want. Another example, I have my plugins here. My plugins, this is the actual original plugins, but this shows all my audio units, NVST2 and VST3. So Edge plugins is like 3 versions, which is super annoying. You see, there's 3 versions of each plugin. So I hid that, made a custom one that only shows VST3. Is it somewhere here selected? It only shows the VST3, so it's a bit shorter list, but still insane. Here I created just a custom category. You can add whatever you want. I just have to add one item, so I can add it here. And I just created a bunch of dashes, so it's just a separator between the default Ableton categories to my custom ones. So that's kind of like a hack kind of thing. But now the browser, it's much more customizable. I did an official session for the Ableton Discord a couple of weeks ago. I think it's online. I'm not sure, but check on the Ableton official Discord. I talked about all of these. Okay, but yeah, you can now customize your browser. Wait, guys, sorry, I'm missing stuff here. Is Modular filters part of composition tools? Yes, it is, Raziz. I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see, composition power tools, composition power tools. Here we go. Audio effects. Modular filters. Yeah, it's right here. So it should be there. That color code in the Modular filters mapping window looks super useful. I didn't know that was possible. Yeah, just because it's exactly, Aaron. Just because it's so many macros, it's so much easier to see once you color code it and then start adjusting the minimum maximum values. It's just so much easier to handle. Steve, I prefer to use individual Arturia instruments instead of analog lab because lab doesn't like MPE and poly aftertouch. Yes, okay, so that's a great reason. I wish they would fix that, but that's a great reason to use individual. And to be honest, I also prefer using individual just because I like, focusing on one instrument at a time. I also use individual, but analog lab, it is a great place just because it has so many presets. But that's a good reason. And the push 3 expressive paths, absolutely. That's a good reason to use individual ones. New here, hello Brownstone Recordings, to your YouTube channel and website. Sweet. Trying to learn Ableton within the vault of your website. If I purchase a recording from past study groups, can I download that video? Email me about it. It didn't used to be possible in the past, but now we made it possible, guys. If anyone needs to download specific videos from the vault, email me about that and we'll get you the link, okay? So technically, yes. Right now, by default, everything is on the one page with all the videos, but we had a lot of requests, so it is possible now. Just email me and I'll send you the link. Steve Elbows, okay, yes. Nisi, yeah, but now now it's new. It's a new kind of option. We can download that. This tag folder on the left, is there a way to export and share them? It will be useful to distribute with a pack of related materials. Wow, that's such a great question, Aaron. So technically, damn, I forget where it is, but there is a folder under the Ableton Live info. Oh my God, where would we find it? Let's see here. Ableton Live, let's see, packs. No. So there is a folder called Ableton Live Info or something like that. Inside of it, there's an XML file that has all the tag information. I asked the guy from Ableton who actually develops the browser. He's the head of the development team. He showed me that. I asked him because potentially we can kind of hack our way around in the XML and make, because we have auto tags, right? There's auto tags. And we can make the auto tags also tag by key. It's a whole hack that someone will have to do unless Ableton will do it, hopefully, officially in the future. But there is an XML file somewhere for all the tags. So it's kind of like a nerdy somewhere in the background, but I think it's possible to access it. What's your day-to-day routine practice method as a producer and beat maker? CGR. What's up, man? Great question. I must say that I'm not a producer / beat maker. I am. I can't say I'm not. I am, but I'm more of a music educator. So the music that I make is for education. It's for classes. Barely anything that I did in the last, I don't know, few years is released, if any. I do have some music that is like in a library for syncing, and I collaborate with a few people for that. But my day-to-day is a lot of time is research, and for me personally, because I teach every week a different topic, is researching that topic and practicing. So just making music in that specific style, which a lot of times for me help focus. If right now you guys telling me, Yuda, you need to sit by yourself and just make music, I don't know where to find myself. I don't know what to do. If you now tell me, Yuda, can you make R&B in like this vibe? I can do it in 10 minutes. But for me to make a decision what I need to do, impossible. So I really thrive when it comes to having people like fulfill kind of what they kind of feeling and what they're vibing with. So I can go that route. But for me personally, it's very hard. So that's why when there's a topic of the week, let's say we focus on Afro House. So I know I just got to focus on that. So I watch tutorials, I read articles, I listen to, of course, Afro House music, try to produce as much as possible, try to make myself templates and organize all the samples and stuff. And that's where I really am able to focus. But again, it's just telling myself, okay, this week I have to make this style. So that's my personal kind of routine. My routine is not steady because the kids. So it's always like whenever I'm in my studio / bedroom, I work. If not, I have to do stuff with the kids. I come back, I work. So whatever that may be. So it's kind of divided between, in the recent months, I've been developing a lot of Max for Live devices, preparing for this week's class, and social media. That's like my 3 main things. And answering emails as much as I can. Okay, so that's my routine. But I'm not a good example for a producer beatmaker, because if you're a producer beatmaker / songwriter, it needs to be a lot of collaborations, going to studio sessions, right? Social media about your music and stuff. So I'm more of an educator in that regard. Gotta make that new browser work for you. Exactly. Can anyone recommend a video in the vault for learning Ableton from the very beginning? There is a free Ableton Live for Beginners video on the vault. It's free. And there's another free one, Ableton Live 12.2. Not the most beginner, but also free. And the recent Manifest Audio is also a free session where Noah shows all his Manifest Audio tracks. Yeah, thank you, Rasis, for mentioning that. Thank you, LD, for the production LLC. I appreciate it. Logic Vet, Logic is amazing. Logic is incredible. I love Logic so much, especially their musician, the drummer. I forget what it's called. Drummer. Now I think they have guitarist, bassist, all of those. They're so cool. I love them. Logic is incredible software. Guys, yes, Ableton is my shit. But I use and love all softwares. FL Studio, Fruity Loops Beta was my first one. Then I went into Reason. Then in music school, they taught us Cubase. I don't think I have Cubase here. And then I found Ableton. But I used Logic for a couple of years. Renoise, that's more like a tracker. Logic is incredible, really good software. Okay. Thank you, Nisi. I love it. Jazz Fusion. Yeah, the Jazz Fusion. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a class just on that. We did get requests. Kind of like, yeah, I don't know if I need to find a better word for it. It's not really Jazz Fusion, but we'll find. Reason is fun. Yeah, Reason is so much fun. I think they offer a plugin version for Reason. Okay, someone asked, what are others in the community inspired to create? Who wants to trigger? You need one desire to make something. We talked about this, but if anyone want to answer, what styles are you guys creating right now in the chat? That would be cool. Okay, sweet. Awesome questions. Keep them coming if you want in the chat. I'm going to move and kind of show you a few things before we do the giveaways. I wish the Ableton Div Dive was available from... Yeah, I wanted to see your browser. They're not available, Kaylan? Hopefully they will be. You know what? It was so fucking annoying, dude. I was like, it was a really good session, and they had so many technical difficulties on the Ableton side of things. It's not their fault. It's just stuff happened that day. Stuff just stopped working. We had to stop the stream. They had to stream it on Twitch. It was a whole thing. But I will talk to them, see if they have the recording. Maybe we can release it. Maybe we can do another one in the future. Can you talk about the drum department in Ableton? I love their kits. So there used to be some people who are in charge on the sound design team. They kind of go back and forth, the Berlin team and the US team. I think the US team now changed, but now they're commissioning a lot of artists to do drum kits for them. Like, for example, we had Decap doing new kits. We had Tetro. I don't forget what his kits are, but lo-fi stuff. And we had the Sound Oracle, who's an online body, releasing a bunch of really great packs as well. Like these two in recent years. So it used to be in-house. Now I think they're commissioned artists to do like all the new kits and stuff. Tetro, forget what his name is, like a lo-fi artist, did some stuff for the Move. I think they're also available inside Ableton. But yeah. How or where did you learn Max for Live? Oh, Mark, great question. So guys, I don't know what happened, but in recent months, I've been going on a whole different level of making Max. I used to be a hacker. I mean, it still is. I'll show you exactly. I'm kind of ashamed, at the same time proud of what I do with Max. I used to be a hacker, meaning I used to take other people's devices and just adjust them to my needs. For example, there is a device called Instant Afro. Sorry, that's what I'm going to show you. Instant House. Instant House is super cool because, and you can, I don't know if you can still get it today because it's now in a discontinued. I'll share this with you because it's super awesome. And essentially, you load a drum rack and you have this Instant House MIDI sequencer, and you don't need anything besides hitting spacebar. And then you can change the patterns right here. That means that you can create drum patterns by just mapping knobs, okay? The instant house. I loved it so much, and they even have a breaks version. So I wanted something for more Afrobeats, reggaeton, and dancehall, kind of more of that clave-based styles. So I knew that if I open this up, I'm probably not gonna know anything. I don't know what's going on here. Let's go out of presentation mode. This is crazy. But I knew somewhere here are the patterns stored, like the rhythmic patterns. So I start going and searching this. I knew it's a patcher inside a patcher. So if you command double click, it opens this. And then I found these things. And here are the patterns. So I took this and I changed all the patterns to do this. Same thing, but different patterns. And now you can load. I don't even think you can find this anymore online. Someone posted it on YouTube, which was very annoying, and gave them a Google Drive link. I understand it's no longer available because it used to be a BitLab Academy thing, and BitLab Academy website doesn't exist anymore, and people wanted. Okay, but dude, come on, it's mine. Anyway, it's not even mine. I gotta change the original, but I made this with new patterns because this was a free device. I didn't charge money on this. But now let's load right here. I'm gonna go under. Let's go and load here a kick. That's the kick. Whoops. It needs to be on C1. Kick. Let's load some percussion. Percussion here. This and this. And now I just hit spacebar. And let's change some patterns here. This should be A#1. Right? So just different patterns, more for Afro kind of vibe. So that's how I started out my Max for Live journey. I took things, and there's other stuff, like other things that I just took them and hacked my way into them. There are devices like this free track numbers device, you can get it on my website, that I ask friends, hey, can you please make this? Like I knew what I wanted. I didn't know how to do it because I'm not a Max for Live programmer, and they did it for me. And then maybe I worked on the interface just a tiny bit. So this is a free Max for Live device you can get on my website that allows you to, let's say I'm doing this, to automatically number. If I click that, you'll see them automatically numbering all the tracks. So it can go, even if you have 100 tracks, it will go and number all the tracks, just because it's much easier to see in menus. Like for example, sidechaining, it's much easier to see the numbers, especially if you have a lot of tracks, okay, like 100. So that's, I ask from friends. Then I start collaborating with other much smarter people than me to create Max for Live devices. For example, this is a collaboration with oh my god, I forgot the type of science. A very smart physics professor / Max for Live developer, musician. I used to be based in Portugal, but now he moved to China. He just got a professor job in the China universities. He's teaching there. Whoops. We made this. So I had my own, I don't even know if I can find the original, but I had my own very like BitLab keyboard, it was called. I don't even have it. It used to be such a hack. But something like this, and then we together made this. So you guys can get this on my website. Like this, I can't really give away because it's a collaboration. But it's just a monitor that I used to, keyboard monitor, that I used to use for my teachings. Okay? And it used to be much different. He made it much more professional, like that. But, for example, you see here we have a chord detector. I did that, and this is where the new generation of Max for Live programming happened. Max for Live can also have JavaScript. And ever since ChatGPT and all the AI chatbots start happening, I start going on ChatGPT, on Gemini, on Claude, on DeepSeek, on all of them. I use all of them. And I used to tell, hey, create me a JavaScript code for a code detection. Now, it does take, I think they call it vibe coding. It does take a long time going back and forth between you and the chatbot to tell it, listen, this doesn't work. This is the error I get. It's sometimes very frustrating because the chatbot just don't know what to do. So I go to a different one. Okay, if ChatGPT can do it, like I get stuck, I go to Gemini. I work, get stuck, go to Claude, work, get stuck, and I pay for all of them. And I was able to create a very sophisticated code detection algorithm. You see that? That's all JavaScript that I hacked my way. I just did it with ChatGPT. And again, it took me weeks to go back and forth with ChatGPT or with all the chat AI stuff. But you end up doing this. Okay, this thing that I wouldn't imagine doing this on my own. There's no way, like a very sophisticated code detection, that's not easy. Okay, or you just have to know like a lot of programming. Like I can tell you, Abletons have now their own code detection, and it sucks compared to mine. This, you see right here, we have code detection. A lot of times it doesn't know, it tells you custom code. What custom? That's custom code? Anyway, so that's how my new stage now that I create this Max for Live devices. Now, as I'm doing all of this, I'll show you now the MLR. Maybe I'll show you later the MLR. Let me show you the Flynn. As I'm doing all of this, of course, you know more and more things about Max just by working in this environment, and you learn more and you ask questions, and there's Max Discord. So you start knowing more and more, so you're able to build interfaces. And even though the main logic, let me show you this, the main logic of the device is JavaScript, there's still an excessive, you see there's a lot of object here that I had to create my own. So as you do this vibe coding, here's the JavaScript itself. Okay, that took me 2 months to do with ChatGPT. Not only chat, all of them. Months of like solving stuff. There's also a lot of things around it that I had to do manually and learn through different places. And again, you kind of just hack your way into it. But here's okay, so this took me months. But I had an idea that I wanted this Flynn, that is an old school sequencer, and I wanted this for the push, and I made it happen thanks to ChatGPT. So you still need to know a lot. I still know a lot of Max. I'm not like an expert, but I know. But all the chatbots allows me to take it to a level that I'm not there yet, but still come up with this finished product. And this thing, I love it so much. So each column, it's a note. Okay, let me hit play. Let's first of all go scale. Let's change it to, let's say, E flat, major pentatonic. I'm just going to use the default wavetable here. And here I can launch a sequencer. This is the top here is the slowest, and this is right now 4 bars. So this is 4 bars. And then each one of these is faster and faster. Let's turn it down. And I can hold multiple pads to make it a longer note. I can speed up everything. I can shift it. I can change octaves. I can change scales. I can quantize. There's so much stuff here. I can go inside the sequencers. I can make each sequencer like a different length, you see. There's drum mode. You can change colors. You can change velocity. You can randomize velocity. You can change the interval difference. You see here 1 semi-scale degrees. I can quantize drum mode. It's absolutely amazing. I love the ability, I can hold shift. I build this guide here that will also change the guide if you have push 2 or push 3 connected. So yes, I still know max to a, I would say, amateur level, to a way that I can do all of this stuff. And yeah, there's nights that I'm sitting here for hours trying to figure out something super simple. But that being said, it's possible because it's a visual programming language. It's not really code. I'm not a programmer. The code part of things I let ChatGPT do, or the other chatbots, but these you can hack your way into it. This will also be available for the Move and other controllers. It's a super fun sequencer. I will release it soon. It will have its own kind of videos and page and stuff like that. Okay, so that being said, even for my, let me load, even for my template that I made, the effects template, I made a custom Max for Live device for it. Soon there's also going to be a push visualizer releasing with the keyboard monitor, so you can visualize what you play. There's a lot of stuff here that I made for specifically for different classes, and I just released MIDI bounce, if anyone grabbed that, with Isotonic, which allows you to quickly bounce. Someone from the community asked if there's a feature in Ableton in one of the classes, and I was like, wow, that's a great question. It's not, but it should be. So I made a Max for Live for it. Again, by just vibe coding, as they call it. So I'm a hacker. Oh, and of course my gamepad control. It took me again like a month to just do that. But I came to a point where I released a gamepad control, and now you can use this type of controllers, which I'm gonna do a giveaway today of one of them, and the gamepad control. Okay, so Max for Live, I've been on a craze Max for Live in the last couple of months, and it's just like a different, it's not really making music, but it's definitely addicting. Where is I got stuck? Just 1 second, I have to scroll up. Wait. Can you talk about, okay, that we saw regarding the deep dive replays? Yeah. Ben coded, Ben Casey said, hi, we will likely share some of, okay, I hope they will. Inspired by Nature by Dylan Baston. Yes. By the way, Dylan Baston is, he's a friend. I play basketball with him. But he's an amazing Max for Live developer, and he's an example of like a Max for Live developer. That's what he does. He releases, that's what he does for work. His stuff are super extensive. And I consult with him whenever I have crazy questions. Maybe I hire him for a consultation an hour, or he answers some questions on Instagram. So having an expert just be there available to answer questions is super valuable. MIDI bounce, thank you, Mark. I'm glad you like it. I hope they're gonna add it as a feature. That would be great. The professor and Ableton programmer, his name is OCH. If you want to check out some of his, here we go. Omar Costa Hamidu. You can sign up to his newsletter to follow him, and he has a lot of amazing quantum physics. So he does a lot of quantum physics and quantum physics in relation to music. He's now a professor at, where is it? I guess he's not here. He's a genius, amazing dude. I don't know if he's here. Omar, if you're here, he recently moved to China, South China. He got a professor position at the university there. So I think the time difference probably is crazy because he used to be based in Portugal. But that's OCH, has a bunch of stuff on maxforlive.com as well. So he's my collaborator for keyboard monitor and the chiptune oscillator. You can both check them out on my website. And we have other stuff coming, of course, but we're mostly focused on keyboard monitor right now because we have some really great updates coming up. Track numbers, very useful. Thank you. Yes. Update where we could remove the numbers as well if we wanted. Yeah, we can do that. Is the MIDI monitor working on push standalone? So MIDI monitor doesn't really work on push stand. It does work on push standalone, but in the new version, you will only be able to see the latest played note, and the chord detector will be here, which is kind of like on the tab. So yes, it works, but it's kind of a hack until Ableton give us more control over the screen. Hopefully it will happen eventually. So yes, but also you can't see the keyboard, which is a whole, the whole part. That being said, there is thing coming. Let me show you a preview that I've built, again, took hacking my way into it, but we always talked about having, let's see where it is. Is it here? You see how I have a folder called desktop cleanup. I just move all the stuff that I have on the desktop here every now and then whenever I feel like it, I organize it. But where is it? I don't think it's here. Oh, no, but can I find it? What is this? Is this it? Where are you in? I don't think that's it. That's the old one. But we're gonna have a push monitor. So is that it? Kind of, not really. But you see, it's gonna be with the chord detector here, which note you're hitting, and it's gonna automatically change the scale. As you change the scale, it's gonna change the scale as well. So this is coming, but again, hacking my way into it. So these are all stuff that you have to do. Grab the push, absorb all the things, and this is vibe coding. Is this MIDI? Check out the OpenAI summer release vid and see the math coding example based on what is that? Christopher Gibson, can you share the link? I don't know. The AI summer, OpenAI summer release. I want to check that. Lots of expensive ones suck too. That is stellar. Thank you, Nisi. I don't know which one you're referring to. Oh, Aaron. Aaron is a great example of a Max programmer as well. He's been doing it for a long time. My own Max for Live work has gone much deeper with ChatGPT's JavaScript vibe coding. Yes, I use V8 Codebox specifically. I need to get into the V8 stuff. But Aaron also has some great devices. For some reason, I can't find Ableton. Let me, I'll share with you. It should be a sidebrain/group. Here's our videos. There should be you'll see on the top there, Ableton Live. It should be right on the top in the middle. Let's let it load in a second. This is only available in Max 9, right? The JavaScript code. No, it's also available in 8. JavaScript. I think they updated right here, starting with Ableton. Try this. And this is also free. And we have another one, Manifest Audio, where it's also free, this one. I think there was another free session. Anyway. So yeah, JavaScript's available for 8 as well. You still have to know a lot, big time. Whatever you're building, you have to know everything about so you can correct the LLM when it makes the contrary assumption. That's true. There's still, I still improved in my knowledge in Max over time. I would say that if you are trying to build devices that control Ableton, the live LOM is very, that's what you want to look at. Okay, this is kind of like how Max controls Ableton and what is available to being controlled. So knowing how to use this, it took me a while. So for example, to create this session BPM, which allows you to create clips and just call them. Let's say I want to call this clip intro 200 BPM, or let's say intro 100 to 120 BPM in 6/8, right? So now this, you see? So you do need some knowledge of some Max stuff, but over time you will gain it. It's just a matter of using Max more and more, watching tutorials. It's a steep learning curve, meaning that you would get your head explode, it will hurt, you will hate it, let it go for a couple of months. come back to it. And over the years, you will learn more and more. One thing to note that is very important that is known about Max, but every object can be right-click. You can open the help file. You can explain what it is. Okay? So, and there's, I think, thousands of objects. I'm not sure. But, yeah. Oh, what's this? Right-click. Okay, learn about it. And you learn a lot of stuff as you go. Okay. Tetris? Oh my God, guys, wait. I have to show you something. Someone mentioned Tetris. On the Ableton Discord, I don't know if you guys saw this. Someone built a freaking video for Ableton. I don't know if you'll be from this loopback, but this is freaking insane. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Go on the Ableton Discord. Let me see if I can find it. Ableton Discord. Where was it? Oh my God. Maybe it was under Max for Live. Wait, I gotta show you this. Look at this. I don't know if you can hear the audio. So it goes, and then it chooses samples according to your... I don't know if you can hear the audio. There's also a cool music in the background and sound effects. Hey, you see the sample right here? And then it adds it here. It's quite crazy what the stuff you can do with Max. It's absolutely insane. So check that out. I don't know if you can hear the audio, but it's crazy. Anyway, I didn't build Tetris, but some people do some insane things. Thank you, Tony. Yeah, thank you. The Max for Life stuff, yeah, I'm telling you, it's been going on a craze in recent months. By the way, if anyone on the newsletter, we offer this for free. Just a circle of fifths just to help with sampling and DJing. So if anyone wants, that's free right now for the Discord and the newsletter subscribers. Steve Reich? Oh, speaking about Steve Reich, I don't know if you guys know this from another amazing Max for Live developer, but there is, I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows, I think it's with his second MIDI tools pack. Now, let's create here a pattern. Let's do maybe, I don't know. Sound like that. Maybe dumped here up. Let's do a bit faster here. Maybe sound like this. Speed it up. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to go into this, and then there's a tool from Philip Mayer. He released a few free tools as an official Ableton pack. He has his own MIDI packs, MIDI tools pack. One of them is micro stretch, and then you can micro stretch this. Let's actually select everything. You see how I can micro stretch it? So if I can micro stretch this, now we can create some Steve Reich shifting kind of. And let's turn this down because it's horrible. And maybe I'll take both of them octave lowers. So it will take a long time. Let's also. But now we have this shifting, this pulsing, where it's slightly off each other, and over time, it will take more and more off. This is why someone's mentioned Steve Reich, so I want to mention that. There's also a pack for Learning Max for Live. Thank you for mentioning that. If you go under packs, I think it's called Learning Max for Live. You can download that. Is it called Learning Max? Learning Max for Live. Yeah, something Learn Max for Live, or it's, yeah, there is a pack. Learn Max for Live. I don't know what it's called, but yes, there is a pack. with Flynn, do you have to put an instrument rack after it to get the sound per column? Yeah, so the Flynn is just a MIDI sequencer. You decide what instrument. And by the way, there's also, if we go back to it, just to show off again, because I'm so proud of it, we'll release it soon. Aaron, email me if you want to check it out. I'll send you just the beta version if you want to test it. But here, so you have to put an instrument. You can even put a drum rack right after it. Let me put like whatever drum racks. Oops, that's not... that can be kind of cool. Should we try this one? Let's load this. And then I can put it in, let's go back to Flint. I can put it in drum mode. So drum mode, just take all the notes to more kind of drums. And let's unpan this. Okay, so you can even use it for drums. But yes, you do have to load an instrument because this is only a sequencer. This only sequence the instrument that comes after it. Okay, it's kind of like a MIDI effect that you can find here. My dream is Ableton will officially adopt this and make it an official device. We'll see. Okay, that's for the Flynn. So you have one burning necessity, and that is the mother of your invention. Yes, if it's music or Max for Live. Redroll, I'm glad you like the MIDI bounce. Can anyone please link me to the free Ableton beginner course? Guys, please link. Oh, thank you, Raziz. How can we, guys, the free course is not in the vault. It's not in the vault. It's in the study group. You can't find this link unless you link it from, so just go sidebrain.net/study-group, and here are all the videos for all the classes. You need passwords for the paid ones, but for the free ones, here we go, starting with Ableton, Ableton Live 12.2. Those are free, just hit play, and you can see the videos. You can put them full screen, you can picture-in-picture, okay? So you can watch, use Ableton at the same time. So it's sidebrain.net/study-group. It's not in the vault. How can we obtain Instant House? It seems that the version of Ableton website is old and it doesn't have the breakpoints, the breaks option. I mean, dude, that's such a good question. I don't know if we can get, because this used to be in a Max for Live Essentials pack. I don't know if we can get it anymore. I don't know if this is downloadable. So I will, if you guys are in the newsletter, I will send in the next newsletter a link to a Google Drive to download this pack. Okay? It's unfortunate we can. And inside of it, you would find the Instant House with a bunch of other stuff. Because I don't think you can download this from the Ableton website anymore. Unfortunately, there's some really great stuff in the original Max for Live Essentials, including an amazing sequencer called Mono Sequencer. I don't think you can get it anywhere else. MaxForLive.com has like a pop-up version. You can get it there. But this also awesome stuff. ARP, by the way, ARP is now called Step ARP. It's a new from a new sequencers pack. So this is the new version of it. So that one we have. You don't want that. Bass and multi, we have the new versions. But even Buffer Shuffler, hopefully Buffer Shuffler 3 is coming up. This is one of the coolest devices to live mangle loops. I love it. I wish they would release one soon. And Pitch Drop also classic. Still use it in some of my templates. Okay, Dylan is a wizard. Dylan, next level. Dylan Baston, next level. Max for Live devices. He's so beyond. Look at his website. His website is ridiculous. Look at that. When I scroll, look at this. It's on purpose, yeah? He's beyond. He's one of those people who's like too smart. You know, it's like already like, what's going on? The stuff that he makes is crazy. I would highly recommend checking if you like more sound design and just like, for example, this is his latest one. It's absolutely incredible for sound design. It's some crazy stuff. Nirvana. It has circuit bending and convolution materials and spaces. I remember when before we played basketball right before we released it, and he was so excited about it. I was like, I can't wait to check it out. It's crazy, and he has a lot more amazing devices. If you want to get introduced to his craziness, there is, someone mentioned it in the chat, there is a free official Max for Live device from him called Inspired by Nature. If anyone's seen my Instagram or TikTok, I just released how to use the bouncy note as an auto accompaniment effect. And not only this, but everything that comes with this pack is absolutely amazing and incredible, but also crazy at the same time. It's just absolutely crazy, the stuff that he comes up with. This is like just creates bouncy balls that are, it's just a MIDI trigger, so you don't need an instrument here. And you can do some crazy stuff with this. This is just one device out of the pack. So yes, check out Dylan Baston, it's crazy. Ocean radio station. I made a script in Python turning PS4 controller into MIDI controller. Oh, nice. Awesome. Yeah, Python is also a language Ableton uses for their remote scripts. Is there a possibility in Ableton to map a modifier button, like in Tractor, for example, to create a shift button? Oh, so only when you hold that button, stuff happens. That's a great question. Max for Live, yes. I mean, technically, if I take a shaper, I'm just thinking out loud right here. I'm gonna put it in manual. I'm gonna map this. Let's say we're gonna load auto filter, and we're going to map this here. So now with the manual, I can map this to a MIDI controller, okay, to manually control it. And then in the MIDI controller, I would also map the on-off of the shaper. Let me try that. So this needs to be on in order for me to be able to control. Yeah, you can do it like that. So map the shaper to a MIDI controller. It can also be momentary. So I can even, I'm going to have a whole momentary effects class tutorial coming up on YouTube soon. So it's going to be a whole kind of masterclass tutorial. But if I load envelope MIDI, and we're going to go this, key zone it this just to, I'll have to, let's fold this, let's unmap this. We'll take this and then create another chain, and this will mute, so it's not output in MIDI. Okay, so this will be our momentary control that we're gonna map to the on-off of the shaper. So now it's on, and I'm gonna map the manual to my mod wheel on my keyboard. So now it, wait, where was that control? Was it this one? No, this. And what's up? Why it's not? Oh, because the release. Here we go. So, not working, working. Not working, working. That's an awesome question. Wow, I love this. Thank you for the question. That's so cool. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so that's how you can create a modifier key. I love that. Is there a Brownstone maybe work from the genre? Yeah, okay. The code detector on a device stellar. Thank you, Nissi. Push monitor. Yes, yeah, that's a requested feature. I'm just waiting for OCH to get a bit more free because he's kind of busy with all the move to China, and we will very soon update and release the keyboard monitor with the push monitor. We might make it a dedicated its own device. Right now, it's planned to be part of the keyboard monitor update. Prompting, Christopher Gibson, thank you. I guess we can't share links in the chat. I guess it's not a thing, but we will, let's try that. Guys, we gotta start our giveaways very shortly. Let me just see what else. Imagine in the future an artist just using all custom devices. Yes. I mean, future is scary and exciting at the same time, huh? With everything that's coming. Suno, for example, it's kind of crazy. Can't hear the audio, but what we're seeing is amazing. Oh, you're talking about the game? Yeah, the game is crazy. Sorry, guys, I'm a bit behind in the chat. why whenever I download a plugin, there are multiple versions of it, VST2, VST3. So Mickey, Sadat, there are offering usually a plugin so it supports multiple platforms. For example, VST is audio units are only on Macs. Where is it? Audio units are only on Macs. Audio Units 2 is the classic one. 3 now also supports iOS. So this, if you have any plugins that are also version 3, they're probably also available as iPad and iPhone apps, which is cool. VST2 is the classic one. VST3 is just a more modern version that can do more stuff more efficiently. And a lot of plugins just likes to give this backward compatibility with VST2. Technically, you can just use VST3 or just audio units, just one of them. There's also AAX for Pro Tools. There's now Clap, it's another format, and it's just different formats for plugins. You don't really need all of them. I usually install all of them except the AAX because I don't use Pro Tools, just to make sure that if any one of my students is using audio units version, I have it, that plugin. If they use VST, I have it. If you have to choose one, maybe VST, just because if you ever collaborate with someone on a PC and they have the same plugins, they will only have the VST's version because audio units is only for Macs. Logic, for example, only use audio units. Okay, so that's why we have multiple formats. Unfortunately, I know it's annoying. Blah blah blah. Built-in Max for Live devices. Thank you, CGR. Built-in CGR. It's Chris, right? Built-in Max for Live devices. Yeah, built-in Max devices. Guys, you guys are saying so cool. I don't even know what you guys are referring to, but I hope. Hey, thank you, Brownstone Recording. Appreciate it. $5. Okay, Flynn. Yeah, Flynn coming up soon. Philip Mayer phasing tool. Yeah, micro stretching is called. Iftach has a cool phasing technique, right, in arrangement view. Really? What? Show me. What's the video? I know Iftach very well. I even did a sponsored Ableton video on his performance pack before 12 got released. Iftach, I know him very well. We also have that Israeli connection. Do you know a way to bounce groups in Ableton? Yoel, great question. There is now kind of a hidden option.txt, options.txt. It's a file that you can add in Ableton. You can go on the Ableton website and read about it. And there is a way to enable group freezing. So you can kind of freeze the groups. I think you can then bounce them, but it can fuck up your project. So don't play around with that. I would say the main thing to bounce groups is to record them in real time. Right, kind of, if I have a group here. Where's my group? New audio track. Take the audio from the group and record it. That's kind of like the way to bounce it. Fortunately, we can't really bounce groups right now. But we can freeze them, but don't do it with the option text. It might fuck your project. Can we convince you to include Instant Afro in the newsletter too? Raziz, yes. Guys, I need to include Instant Afro and the Max for Live Essentials. Yeah, Instant Afro, no problem. Yeah, guys, Instant Afro is super fun. I will. I need to remember, guys, because it's going to be probably Wednesday. It's going to be the next newsletter. So please email me about this. Just a reminder, if anyone can do it. Hey, can you include Instant Afro and Max for Live Essentials? And we'll include that in the next newsletter. Anyone who comes up with the inspired by nature type of Max for Live is a creative. Is. Bouncy Note auto accompaniment video was very inspiring. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, it seems like it was very popular. I was so happy. Every time you released videos and it's very popular, and then you release more videos and they don't do so well, it's like, oh my God, I'm a failure. But then again, you come up with something again that is very popular. It's so a nice feeling. It's really nice. It's like, oh my God, maybe I did something right. So I love that. The last Bouncy Notes, very popular video. And it's great to see all the new followers and the comments and stuff. So that's awesome. Thank you. Fours. Oh my God. Fours. Yes. Which also I also kind of asked him a few questions about Max for Live. He's SS. He's actually answering questions on the Max Discord. So worth asking him. But Fours stuff is absolutely amazing. all the Fours instruments, and they have a few free ones, but yeah, I think I need to ask him for the latest one, but I love them so much. Everything about his devices sound great and looks amazing. I agree. I can't find your masterclass on CliffX Pro. I don't think we did a masterclass on CliffX Pro. We might do one if there's enough requests, because it's such a niche thing. But as niche as it is, it's one of the most powerful things about that for power users. CliffX is crazy. I don't think we have a dedicated one just on that. Guys, a couple more questions and we have to go into the giveaways, okay? If you are going to use main stage, make sure you, okay, yeah. Can you demonstrate what you could use Nirvana for? Oh my God, we'll do you know what? Let me talk to Dylan. We'll do a session with Dylan showcasing his stuff. Okay, I'll talk to Dylan. We'll do a session with Dylan. I do like that hack of creating a new tag groups with the ones, yeah, guys, check it, yeah. Chris from Auto, hey, what's up, Chris? Thank you, man. Someone showed me a way to bounce groups with a compressor and turn on a sidechain audio listening button. Oh, and create a region? And you can bounce it that way? I mean, I guess you can do you're talking about the routing, because a compressor, you can route from external, from the group, and then listen to the compressor right here. And then what? And then we can bounce it? I guess if we just have a clip, that might be a great idea. Group, create a clip, and then bounce this clip. Would that work? Let's put some audio in the group. La la la, whatever. Let's put it here. Okay, so that's inside the group. And then we have this. And then I'm going to, and this is listening to the group. And we're going to bounce this. Damn, look at that. Okay, great. That's a great solution. Thank you. Amazing. So just to reiterate, you have a group. There's a bunch of stuff in the group. Open a new MIDI track. Oh, audio, but you need a clip, so it might be easier with MIDI. Go audio, compressor, sidechain. Let's turn off the sidechain filter and listen to the group and audition the sidechain. So essentially listening to it. So now you see it's coming out from here. And now you create a clip and Command B to bounce in place. And look at that. Thank you. Whoever said, who said that? Someone, Yoel. Thank you, Yoel. Awesome stuff. But the routing has to be post-mixer. Yeah, I think the routing by default is post-mixer. Oh, post-effects. Post-mixer. Why? Oh, post-mixer because all the... No, post-mixer, you're talking about just to have this? Yeah, if you want to have this stuff. I wonder if it's also going to grab the return tracks. Probably not, because it's taking the audio directly from the group. But that's great. Although the post-effects works, but I guess the post-effects won't listen to the volume right here. And maybe the panning. Amazing. Yoel, thank you so much. Okay, guys, let's go to the giveaways. The Max Vola device, I think, called Bounce Selection that can bounce groups too. Yep. Max for Cats instruments are dope as hell. Max for Cats is Christopher Klein. Christopher Klein is the build operator with Robert Henke, and he's in charge. He's the head team of the Meld. He works for Ableton. But yeah, he also releases some awesome stuff on its own, Max for Cats. He has a lot of stuff, including some Ableton things that we use all the time. Yes, Nissi, the Cliff Expo was included, but we just mentioned it for a second. We didn't... Otherwise, you get volume differences? Yeah. Okay. Guys, thank you for all the questions. Amazing. Let's jump into our giveaways today. Okay. And we'll start... Oh my God, we got to start small. We'll start with MIDI bounce. Guys, if you have MIDI bounce, we'll give you something else, okay? But let's start with MIDI bounce. I hope everyone is here. Everyone's signed up. You just had to kind of share something from anything from my content online. So this is what I got from the submissions. If anyone is not here, just write in the chat and we'll add your name just because, you know, you guys are awesome. So let me know. We'll add your name. First, and by the way, if you win, write me email. I'm writing my email in the chat. Hopefully you already have my email, but info@sidebrain.net. Just write me an email and tell me that you won, okay? And what you won. Also tell me what you won, very important. Who? David Acosta. Nissi, you're not here? Here, Nissi. Okay. Christian? Christian what? I'm just gonna write your chat name. Okay. Sweet. Guys, so we got a bunch of giveaways. Tony, I think Tony, you're here. I'm pretty sure you're here. Here you go. Tony, you're here. Okay, no worries, Nissi. I added you. Okay, guys, first, we're going to give away MIDI. You know what? Instant offer I'll give everyone. We don't need this. MIDI bounce. If you already have MIDI bounce, let me know and we'll spin it again and we'll give you a different thing, okay? MIDI bounce, let's go. Gio, sorry, Gio. Okay, Gio, I'll add you in a second. Aaron, do you already have MIDI bounce? Let me know, Aaron, if you already have MIDI bounce. If not, email me. I'll send you MIDI bounce. Congrats. Okay, let's put this here. Chords to Melody. This is an exclusive Max for device from the MIDI effects. The MIDI effects class. So you don't think, okay, Aaron, perfect. Email me, I'll send it to you. So this Chords to Melody allows you to, this is kind of like a utility to, let's say I'm going to go here in Wavetable. So it allows me to, what? I lost audio. Oh, because, yeah, why did I lose audio? God damn it. Guys, I don't know if you guys can hear me. I lost audio. Why? Is it my headphones? Did my headphones get disconnected? God damn it. Let me turn this off. Here we go. I'm back with audio. Okay. So this allows you to play a chord and only output the lowest note or the highest note or random note from the chord. So if you combine it with things like expression chords and stuff like that, or built in rack, you can create some really cool stuff. So this is still exclusive. You can't get it anywhere else, this specific device, although there's other devices that does similar stuff. Even in the random, you can prioritize low notes and high notes. So really great combined with other MIDI effects. I'm not going to go too deep because we don't have much time. Let's chords to MIDI. Let's go. Chords to melody, I'm sorry. Oh, is Sizimon here? Let me know. I know there's a bit of lag in the chat. I'll have to wait a second. Okay, I'm going to remove. I'm going to spin again. Can you add, wait, Barna Rider, what's your name? I'm going to just say the Barna Rider. Okay, I don't know if that person was here, so I'm going to spin again for chords to melody. Thanks, Aaron. Chris, I think Chris is here, right? Christopher? I think I saw him in the chat earlier. I think Chris had two of his names. My bad. So Chris had a higher chance. That's full in the system. Chris, are you in the... I feel like I saw him before. Oh, Christopher. Okay, sweet. Yes. Please email me chords to melody. Okay? Nice. Congrats. It's a fun device. Okay. Next, we're going to do session BPM. Session BPM is a Max for device. Again, exclusive. It was with one of the sessions. I forget which. The controllerism or something. But this device allows you, I showed you before, it allows you to load it in the session view. And then with clips, you can change BPMs, change time signatures, but also do gradual change of BPMs according to the clip length. So a utility for live performance, or when using the session view, session BPM. Neil? Added you. Okay, let's go. Session BPM. Oh, it might be Victor. Are you here? Victor, are you here? Timmy D. I'll just put Timmy D. Okay, remember it's you. Victor, are you here? Victor, are you here? Unknown. I'm gonna delete it for now. Oh, you are? Okay, Ocean Radio Station. Sweet. Email me. You got the session BPM. Okay, awesome. Next, let's do this. I'm not gonna give away the keyboard monitor, unfortunately. Clip scale. Clip scale is another one that was custom made for, I think it was the session view mastery. This was requested in the Ableton Certified Trainer group. This allows you to load a clip, load this, and in a clip, just write, let's say D minor. And the next clip, I'm gonna write E flat major. I think it needs to be like E flat or D sharp / E flat, right? Can we just do E flat? You see the key changes? So you can kind of do it, but it takes priority on the last clip. This is just gonna be it's always gonna be that. So you can very easily change keys with clips. So you can do a lot of crazy stuff. Mari, yeah, I'll change your name for Mari. Wait, yeah, okay. So this is the clip scale. Let's go. David, are you here, David? David, are you here? Clip scale. I'm gonna remove David. Let me know if you're here. David Schultz. Let us know. If not, I'm gonna spin it again. Oh, here, David Acosta. Okay, email me. Clip scale. You guys got that. Right now, guys, these are all exclusive right now. I might release them in the future. Right now, you can't get them anywhere else. Now, next things you can get, but these are just cost a bit of money. So let's go. Let's first check out the live trigger effects template. This is a super cool. Oh, the last geo? Yeah, no problem. Let me remove that. Sweet. This is, check this out. I don't know if you guys already saw the live trigger effects template. It was made for the push, but it's not only for the push. It's like you can use it with any controller. I am going to release a few more templates for the move, the launchpad, and all those controllers. Oh, wasn't you, David? Clip scale. I'm going to spin again. Oh, is Luis here? Luis, if you're here, email me about the clip scale. Luis, let me know if you're here. We know Luis from the community. Anyway, guys, next prize. Hopefully Luis is here. Next prize is this template you can use with any controller. It's a 64 momentary effects plus 8 momentary encoder effects. You see how I release it? It goes back. You can use it with any controller. It's just dedicated for the push, but any controller. and then you can combine different effects together here with even this custom Max for Light device. You can save it as a template, and then you can drag it into any project that you work on, session or arrangement, and then you can simply just, let's say I'm just going to take a beat here. You can simply just route all your tracks, or just the tracks that you want, to the master effects, and that's it. And now you have this 64 custom momentary effects.
Sidebrain.
Super fun. I love it so much. So that's a template. You can already get this on my website. It costs $24, but let's give it away. One lucky winner. I don't think Lewis. I don't think Lewis was here, unfortunately. So let's spin it one more time for the what we said, the scale clip scale. Let's go clip scale. Raziz was here before. No, I hope he's still here. Raziz, are you here? I think Raziz was here. Raziz, please email me about the clip scale. Next, we're gonna give away this live trigger effects template. Guys, you can already, if you don't win it and you want it, you can get it. Just look. It's called push live trigger effects if anyone wants it. And it's for any controller, okay? It's not only for the push. It's dedicated for the push, but you can use any controller. Even just your computer keyboard, your... Raziz, email me. A clip scale. Okay, next for the live trigger effects template. Let's go. Who's Black Cat? Who's Black Cat, guys? I don't know who Black Cat is. I can maybe cross-reference later with the email. But who is Black Cat? Let me know. If you're here, you got the push live trigger effects template. Guys, I feel like you guys like this one. So let me do another one, okay? Let's do another one. One more push live. Let's give another chance for people to win this. Black Cat, let me know if you're here. If you are, email me that you want this. Let's go. Another push live trigger effects template. Who wants this? Who needs this? Domiziano, are you here? Let us know if you're here. Guys, no Black Cat. There's probably some delay with YouTube and Zoom, so we'll see. Let me know. We're looking for Black Cat or Domiziano if they're here. Devin has a Black Cat. We should. That's close enough, you say, huh, Tony? No, guys, both? Okay, so we continue, guys. Push live trigger effects. Let's go. Oh, David, I know you're here. Email me. Email me, guys. David, I know you're here. David Acosta, I saw you before. Email me about the push live trigger effects. One more push live trigger effects. Let's go. Oh, Kalen, I'm sorry. Kalen. Daniel Nivia, are you here? If yes, email me. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay. Guys, email me if you want this. Next one, let's do this. Gamepad control. This is a device that you can get on my website. It allows you to use new game pad controllers, but not and map them in all sorts of ways. But not only, because in a second I would also do a giveaway of this Nintendo 64 controller that also supports the gamepad control, supports it. So if you already have this, please just email me and we'll get you a different prize, okay? Gamepad control, let's go. Gamepad control. Luana, let me know if you're here, Luana, for gamepad control. Guys, I gotta move on, so I'm gonna do more. Flint for push, and we're gonna come back to this if we can. Luana is not here. Flint for push. I didn't set the price yet, but it's probably gonna be one of the more expensive of products of mine, which they're all kind of cheap, but still probably this because of the extensive work and the functionality. So whoever gets this, if you don't have the push, we'll probably make other versions of this for other controllers. Just email me, and it's not gonna be right away. Luana, you're here. Awesome. Email me. Awesome about the gamepad control. Flint for push, once it's released, Flint for week or two, we'll send you the Flint for push. Hopefully you have the push. If not, let me know and we'll get you a different prize. Neguwarrior. If you're here, let us know and email me. Okay, we'll come back to this if we need. Push control. This is more for the push. I'm gonna do installation slash day of lectures. I'm hosting day of lectures at the Grammy Museum here in downtown Los Angeles in September. And we're gonna probably do installation that involves a few pushes. So I built this dedicated device that right now you can't get it anywhere, but it allows you to just disable on the push, and this can also allow you to kind of have a more safe performance by disabling the play button or the record button, stuff like that. So this is exclusive. No one has this. Push control. Let's go. If you don't have the push, we'll get you a different part. Just email me. Oh, nice. You here? Okay, awesome. Oh no, my battery in my camera exhausted. So sorry about that. All good. You can still see my screen. Robert, hope you're here, Robert. Let me know. We'll get you the push. If not, we'll get you a different prize. Okay, guys, next stuff are physical prizes. If we can get you this, you have the clip scale, Aziz. Just thank you so much. Just email me. We'll get you something else. We have preset packs. We have a lot of stuff. Guys, all of these are physical prizes. The next 4. Actually, the next 3. This one, no. The next 3. If it's too crazy to get it to you somewhere in the world, we'll get you a nice other digital prize, or maybe a few of them. Okay? So again, if it's just too crazy to get it to you, I just want a disclaimer before we do this giveaway for everyone. First, we got a hat, sidebrain hat. We got a sidebrain shirt and a sticker. Okay? So shirt, hat, sticker. I think like 10, maybe 10 people have this. Let's go. In the world. So rare sidebrain things. Gio, let us know if you're here. We'll get you. And guys, if you win this, also send me your address, okay? So I can send you the stuff. Shirt, hat, and sticker. So let me know if you're here, and if you are, email me also with your address. If not, we'll do another round. Okay, next one is, let's see if it will work with everything going on, is this controller. Now you're gonna get a black version. I think it's even cooler, but what you choose. Because I have another new one of the gray version. So when you email me, if you win this, email me, and you're going to have an option between a gray or a black. The gray is new. This is mine, but I have 2 new ones. This is the black one, and there's a gray one. So you choose which one you want. This will also come with an Ableton project and a Max for Live device. The Max for Live device you saw, it's the gamepad control. And the Ableton project is going to be, it's loading, I think. It should load. Oh, I don't want to save this. It's going to be just kind of like a drum rack and some examples how you can use all of this. But you'll see also it's being loaded with live visuals. The live visuals are the EBO suite, which we mentioned in the beginning. This is not going to be included because the EBO suite is a commercial package that I don't create. Oh, you hear? Okay. Yes, Geodome. Awesome. Say, email me address, and that's it. That you want the shirt, hat, and sticker. Sweet. So let's just let this load. This is a Nintendo 64 controller, USB. You can connect it with USB. It's also going to come with this project. This project is going to come with the gamepad control, a newer version of the gamepad control that someone, I think, won separately. Inside this project, you have a dedicated drum rack that you just could start fresh or build your own, or even use this just to practice and have fun. And it also comes with, it's not going to come with this live visuals. I might even just delete this. So here we go. See these live visuals that I set up with EBO Suite. Why? It's kind of, why? Some noises. I don't know if you guys can hear those crackles. I think it's my CPU. You know what? I'm just going to have to bring up the buffer size here. Let's go here. Here we go. So these are all in the drum rack. And you see what happens to the visuals? You even have buttons here. Let me just explain. A bass, snare, some arpeggiators, hats, some glitch sounds, live reverse. Wait. Some glitches. Extra sounds. Here you have some lead sounds. Some ad-libs. Some other vocal chops, and then the chords. Okay, so just fun to play around with. And also you notice it's, we're not going to talk about right now, but when I hit the second sample, it changed the bass note. Super fun. Nintendo 64 controller. Let's go. I'm going to close this. Can I close this? Yes. Okay, close this. Yeah. Oh my God, I don't think Jason is here. I didn't see Jason, so I'm kind of considering emailing him. Jason has been also a long-time member of the community. He's based in England. Jason, you're not here, right? I'm going to remove Nintendo 64 controller. I'm going to give it one more second for Jason if he is here. Because we have the chat. Jason, are you here maybe? Yeah, I know. I should let Jason win. I'm going to email him, I think. Guys, we have 2 Nintendo 64 controllers to give away. So one more. Let's give Jason. We'll send Jason, but let's give it. We will. Thanks, guys, for support. Yeah, I will send it to Jason. Thank you. Here, we got another one. DJ Felicius, are you here? Are you here for a second? Nintendo 4 controller. I will let Jason choose gray or black, and I'll send you the other one if you're here. Let me know if you're here. If not, we'll spin it again. Okay? Last one. We'll do more giveaways in the future. We have to finish the stream shortly. Last one is the Super Nintendo controller. You're going to get it in this box. Where is it? In this box. Okay, it's going to be a sticker also inside. So Super Nintendo controller, same vibe, but this one doesn't use the gamepad control device. It's used its own custom Max for Live device and its own Ableton project that you're going to get both. Okay, so just load it up, connect it to USB, and you're good to go. Guys, whoever won it last, DJ Felicius was not here. I'm going to spin it again for Nintendo 64 controller. Olivier might be a typo of mine. Olivier, let us know if you're here for Nintendo 64 controller. Let's check out the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo comes with another project. Same kind of principle. There's a filter. Tim, what's up, Tim? Filter, same kick, snare. Anyway, you get that. Super fun stuff. Nintendo, Super Nintendo controller, custom Max for Live device, and this project. Let's go. Guys, no one claimed any second Nintendo 64 controller? Let's go. Super Nintendo controller. Let's go. Oh, Mari. Who's Mari? I remember putting it. I think Mari's here. Not sure. Mari, if you're here, email me. You want to see Super Nintendo? Also address. Okay, so I can send you the actual physical controller. Mari, are you here? I'm gonna do one more spin for the Nintendo 64. Okay, the second Nintendo 64 controller. Let's go. Okay, sweet, awesome. Mari, email me. Damir Music, are you here for the Nintendo 64? Mari, email me for the Super Nintendo controller. Congrats. Damir, are you here for the Nintendo 64 controller? Guys, we wait for the answer. I want to thank everyone for joining. Sorry, wow, my camera just died on this battery, so I can't show my face. Oh, can I? Here we go. We're back, I think. Just 1 second. The battery is going to die in a second, but let's see. Guys, thank you everyone for joining. It was really great seeing so many people here in the live stream. You here? Okay, awesome. Damir, email me. You want the Nintendo 64 controller. Congrats. Email me your address as well, okay? Amazing. Guys, we're going to have a lot more giveaways, and of course in the newsletter I'll send the free stuff this week. Going back to regular classes next week. And please, in the Discord, always your topic suggestions really help dictate the next sessions. Again, super thanks to everyone for being with me these 100 sessions. Hiko, is Hiko here? Why, Hiko won something? I don't know if Hiko, I saw him, I just randomly saw him in the Facebook Marketplace selling his monome. Hiko, if you're here, why are you selling your monome? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. I was kind of anxious about this live stream because it's like live on YouTube. We haven't done it ever. We usually just privately on Zoom, which we will keep doing. But hopefully we'll have more of these public sessions in the future, celebrating or having special guests like Dylan, hopefully in the near future. So thanks again for everyone who joined, everyone who's in the community, supports, of course, joined the classes, consume my content. It means the world because honestly, I can do what I do, which I love doing from home, be flexible for my kids, and just continue kind of creating, even though it's not really music for release, it's still music. I still make music for a living, even though it's music education and it's all thanks to you. So I appreciate everyone joining today. Thank you so much. This is recorded, so I'm going to release this for the community, probably in the newsletter if anyone wants to watch a playback. Please keep sending questions. And thank you so much. Chris, thank you. I appreciate it. Luana, production notes. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Raziz, thank you so much, man. I appreciate everyone. Thank you. That's awesome to see everyone in the chat. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm going to end the stream now. I will see you next week. If you're not on the Discord, if you're not on the newsletters, reach out on any social platform, and I'll send you all the links to join so you can join our awesome community. Guys, thank you so much. I will see you very soon.